Oh no, took me back here again. I don't want to follow the line anymore. Oh, wait, no.
Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh,
How
I can't
could
take
you?
this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Where's my narrator gone? Oh.
He's given up.
It's gone.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right?
Oh, yeah.
Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
I can't remember if there was like another choice
Now,
to make.
Yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your
yeah,
imagination.
if you don't want to eat, don't eat it.
Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Okay. Da, 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 da.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having
Nah.
any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
So maybe if I follow the... Oh, okay, byline. Where's the next choice?
Ah, a choice.
Ah.
We get to make a decision.
Woo.
From here, the story is in our control. How
Okay.
important
Do
we
you know what,
mustn't
though?
squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe
Can't
I
remember
need a
what one
minute
I
to
chose
think
before.
here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes,
Oh, it
then
only
by
opens the
all
right door,
accounts,
doesn't it?
the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
That was it. I wanted that one, but yeah. Okay. If I'm not
what's this?
mistaken, I can follow
The
this.
confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game what, eight times?
So where am I up to so far?
Really how all this goes? It's all determined?
Discover 2 doors, now an
So
additional.
now,
I've done
according
that.
to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I
You're
just
just
supposed to
dead
forget?
end. Turn around, find
Well, what
another
if I
dead
don't want to
end.
forget?
End up in
My
another
mind goes
building.
blank simply because it's written here on this thing.
So
Wall.
find the confusion ending
Well,
schedule.
Who consulted me?
So
Why don't I get
if
to
I take a
decide?
picture, I love my
Why
pictures.
don't I
If
get
I
a
take a
say in
picture
all
of this,
Is it really?
whoa, selfie mode.
No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the
So,
game to keep
it just said-
restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this.
I'm so
I won't
confused.
restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know,
So
I suppose in some way that this is
Can
a
I
kind
copy
of
this?
story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite
And then
sure
get to
if we're
another
in the
ending,
destination
I
or
guess.
the journey. Though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I
got
hope
it.
that's
I've
where
got it on
we
my
are
phone.
right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime,
oh my god. Okay, so 5th restart. So narrator now forgets about the previous restarts. Alright.
how wonderful. Stanley was alone. Finally. This is great, he thought to himself.
That's not the
This
same.
is what I've wanted all along. I got what I wanted.
That's different. Why is that different? Up.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
But it's prevented. I'm unable to go anywhere or do anything. So that's not right then. It didn't do it then. May, I'm so confused. Okay, I think I want my link back now.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of
Right,
disbelief,
you,
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
It's not here. Restart the game. Okay. Where was the new content?
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought. How amusing they'll find it. Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing.
New content!
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
Let me past. Okay.
It's like a DLC.
Okay. I'm gonna die, guys. It's gonna kill me again. Hi, Day.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
You are
As
welcome.
you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
That's cute.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
I can't
Please,
say someone playing
step
this
inside and
too.
see what thrilling new adventures
Ah,
await in
you're
the
cute. Yeah,
Stanley
no, that's
Parable
fine.
Ultra Deluxe.
I didn't even know it existed
Oh, well,
until
this
yesterday.
sounds delightful.
Or Tuesday.
I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
This is apparently released in 2022, it said.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Alright, we'll go then.
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've
Yay.
never been more ready. Let's do it.
So funny.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if them... Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Give me! What?
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
There's a jump. The new content is a jumping simulator.
Is there a corridor behind that?
Huh?
Is that a corridor behind that?
Yeah, but I'm jumping. Nah.
What?
I can't jump anymore. Can you only jump that many times? So now I can't jump. So maybe if I hadn't done...
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
Okay. I jumped in the circle a lot. Oh look, a lift. Got a feeling the narrator's gonna be mad.
Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And if... Oh, wait. There's more. Very
good.
Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Thank you for...
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy
Whatever
dollar.
do
And
they
don't get me
mean?
started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore."
Oh
What
my
quality
God.
assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks, just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
Okay. What? Oh. Oh, it's different. The office is in a different place. I was about to get really mad then.
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
What's up here? Oh, there's a corridor. Okay, we'll go in the vent first and then we'll see if we can come back to that bit. Meow. Oh well. Okay. That's it. The end. Start loading forever.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
Ah.
I
Whoa.
call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want.
It's so pretty.
Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
The memory zone. Oh, that's so cute.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Oh, I love it. Ah, begin the demo. Oh, so cute. Go outside. Don't play for 5 years. Actually, but is it possible to get this achievement? Oh my god. New video game releasing today. Creators surprisingly down to earth. That's so cute. Stanley Parable deals tough choices. Ah!
Je suis dans la mémorisation, c'est sur la pluie de l'eau.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game
That's
ever
so
created.
cute.
That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was all of them.
Oh,
And
it's
now
naming up a game.
It's nothing. It's no games at all.
Oh.
It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Ooh. This door open? Nope.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley
This is so
Parable
cute.
is both a richly
This is literally
stimulating
so
commentary
cute.
on the nature of choice in games, and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get
I
it,
had that in my
Stanley?
mouth.
The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. It just needed to be
didn't.
left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
Okay. Oh.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go
Seriously.
back, to have it all over again.
Can we go out there? Where do we go? Ah. Okay.
Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here.
Oh
Surely these
my
reviews
gosh.
were glowing as well, weren't they?
Oh no!
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny.
Oh, no!
With his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
I love the narrator. Uh-oh.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers
Minecraft?
non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley, I'm not preachy. You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me.
Oh!
Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't.
No.
Dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure.
Oh, no.
Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always
It
remember.
is. How do you know what? It was still warm when it got here. Like, it was actually still warm. So I'm quite amazed at that. Basics. I couldn't find any more in the original. So I was like, well, I didn't know where the link was. You know, that link we were sharing earlier on. I didn't save it. So it's like scrolled out the chat. So I thought I'll go do this until I can get that link. And then we can go over and find the other bits on the first one. Because I couldn't figure out where there was more. Can I go down here? Uh-oh.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button.
Huh?
A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto.
What's that?
I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
This is where you saw me. Is it? Mwah. Hi, Lacey Lou. How are you doing, lovely?
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No, 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 no. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people, and if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up. Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story, and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah, 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, until 245. Got the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly 10,000 years. Until just yesterday, here and
He's
there,
amazing.
forward and back, and never a moment before lunchtime. It can't be. It's the only thing there is. How many billions left until so much more than forever ago? Which is why I say, the story, and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all
Is he
until
saying
the
the same
end
thing
of
again?
time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah, 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 blah. Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto. Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly, and you can tell me what you think. Okay, so my theory is that any choice you've ever made is simply a series of choices made by the person who you are, or were, or will be at the time of having made said choice. That is to say, if by articulating a choice you've already made, you bring that choice into being, then by making no choice and saying nothing, are you not simply erecting in the sanctuary of time a monument to every person you've ever been, making every choice to which you've ever given your Greek gift of mortal and yet timeless thought? Or rather, do all of the choices you've ever made, in fact, make you more not this
I'm not
kind of
gonna
person,
skip.
and in fact do the very opposite? You see, it could in fact be both of these things at once. That you are both making choices and not making choices, and that they are both affecting you and not affecting you at the same time by virtue of the fact that you both are and are not making them. Okay, at first, I was leaning towards manifesto, but now I'm going to circle around and slap the treatise label on this one. I think it has much more of a treatise vibe to it. But wouldn't you say that manifesto just has a much grander sort of tone? It has a mouthfeel that is rich with ambition and history. Ambitious history, if you will. Ah. See, now you've gotten me going back to manifesto. Heavens, at this rate, we're going to be here all day. Okay, look, I have a method for exactly this sort of situation, and I do find myself in this situation frequently. I'm going to say each word back and forth in repeated succession until I become sick of one or the other, in which case the word I am not sick of shall be the victor. It is an unimpeachable strategy, Stanley. It's rescued me from disaster in countless situations. All right, here we go. Treatise, manifesto, treatise,
Okay.
manifesto. Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their Steam review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place. I guess I should become better educated on exactly how Steam works. Perhaps that would have been the smart thing to check on before I went about this whole exercise of making the skip button. Although I have to imagine that after seeing this exciting new technology at work, surely whoever it is runs Steam will instantly run out and implement a new feature to make it possible to edit one's review, merely because of this very situation.
That's
yes,
it.
I think that's quite likely. Or perhaps they'll simply grant this particular user the ability to change their review, so that the feature is not widely abused. Look, I would even be okay with Steam altering this particular review so that it reads as something more beneficial. Something along the lines of, this game is the best game. Let me start over. How about this? From the ashes of depravity rises the phoenix of quality. How else to describe the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe? Such a revolutionary step forward in the lineage of one of the most beloved video game properties of all time. The additions and changes made to this expansion will surely resonate in the annals of the history of all media ever made. It is perhaps true to say that no mistakes are forever etched in stone, for the stone into which the Stanley Parable was carved has itself been transmuted, offering a message of hope to those who have ever erred in their judgment.
Yeah.
You are not beyond redemption. You may change, and you may become more, so much more than you were before. If there is any message to be taken from the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, it is this. What a fortune, a privilege, a joy it is to have had such an experience. It leaves me hopeful that as a community, as a world,
I didn't
there
know
is
which part of
time
me
for
was
us to
doing it.
become our
Oh,
greatest
oh.
selves, as great as we ever could dream of in our
There
wildest,
you go.
most
Fix it.
ambitious visions for a brighter future. Wow.
What,
now,
Pickle?
Stanley, that's a review. It's perfect. It's the perfect review.
I know what?
It's the review I've always dreamed of receiving. I
8.5
well, I have to
hours.
read it again. It's simply too wonderful. I have to experience this
Oh my-
just one more time. From the ashes of
Okay.
Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again. I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait. How do we get out of here? Where did the door go? Wasn't there a door that led into this room? I do feel quite certain that there was one here before. How else would we have gotten into the room in the first place? I don't think one can enter a room without a door of some sort, or a window or something like that. Do you see a window anywhere? A porthole? A sufficiently large crack in the wall? I'll take any of these. All I want is for us to move on and to please step away from the skip button, to go anywhere other than the skip button. There was a door here before, wasn't there? I swear there was. Where did it go? Can you maybe just ram your way through a wall? Is there any possibility that you could, say, slam your body into the wall until enough damage is done for you to be able to leave? Please, I'll take any option at all. I'm asking you to work with me here. We need a door. We need a door.
We
of
need a
some
door,
kind.
guys.
I can work with any kind of door, as long as it can open and lead from one room to another. I'm going to step away for just a moment, and I'm going to try to find us a door. I don't know how exactly to remove a door and place it in a different wall, but I will find a way, I promise. You just need to not do anything. Don't press the skip button. Please, please do not press the skip button. Just wait here for me, and don't press the skip button. Got it? Yes, good. I'll be right back.
How long can you wait? Does anything happen if I wait? I want to press the button. I want to press it.
Is that a creepy game?
No, not at all. Is he gonna come back? I'm going to press it, aren't I? Should I push the button? Should I do it? I waited till the clock got to past. Oh my goodness, did you? And nothing happened. So I'm pressing the skip button, mate. Should I just do it? Should I just do it? Should I just man it? Did it. Hi, honeybee.
Oh.
Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen
Whoops.
there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer. And my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone.
It's gone.
Completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times. And there's no door, Stanley. There's no door. There's just you and the button. And if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen. I have no idea how long I'll be made to sit here. And more than anything else, I don't know how to stop you from pressing the button again. I can't control anything in this room, Stanley. I can't touch it. And I have to believe. I have to know that sooner or later, no matter how much I plead with you, you're going to press the button again. Why would you? I've been thinking, and I don't know what I can do to convince you otherwise. Oh my God. And it's all because of those reviews. Those reviews that I couldn't get out of my head. I just couldn't ignore the negative feedback. Why was it so important for me to fix the problem? Why did Cookie Nine's opinion matter so much to me? I've never even met Cookie Nine. I have no idea who they are. What would it ever really matter? But here I am. I'm fixating on every tiny negative thing that anyone ever says about me. The merest mention of one of my imperfections, and I become as impetulant as a child. Wild and impulsive. I can't help myself. I can't stop myself from lashing out with a vengeful fury to alter and to change and to break anything unbroken, if only it pleases this one person who made a
I think I could
single
listen to
negative
him
comment.
all day.
What does such an impulse serve? For whose benefit is this? And here I am now, stuck in a room, waiting for you to press this button, and to become frozen in time, knowing that you're going to do it, and that I'm going to be stuck all alone. And that I had the power to prevent it all from happening, if only I'd held my tongue. It's all out of my control now. Just you. Just your decision as to exactly when you're going to make me suffer, to leave me all alone. Surely you will. I don't doubt it. Surely you'll press that button again.
I don't want to press it.
And surely you'll put your own desire to see what's next ahead of my need for company, for companionship. Surely you'll not be moved by my howls of fitful anxiety that you sit with me and just stay here.
I can't believe they wrote this
I
much
know
into
you
it.
will. You'll be leaving me again. Oh my God. And it's all because of those reviews. Those reviews that I couldn't get out of my head. I just couldn't ignore the negative feedback. Why was it so important for me to fix
He's
the
repeating
problem?
now, isn't he?
Why did Cookie Nine's
Yeah.
opinion matter so much? Oh, Stanley,
Sorry.
you're back.
Oh, we have no light
You're
now.
back. Oh my goodness, I have someone to talk to
Oh,
again.
look, the plant died.
Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time, just sitting
Aw.
here, not a single person to speak with. And you'd
I'm
think that
sorry.
that's just how it's always been, right? Me talking and you saying nothing. Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking? But it isn't, Stanley. It isn't the same at all. It isn't even close. Because I know you can't hear me once you push that button. That's what I'm realizing now, Stanley. I'm realizing that I needed to know that someone was listening. I needed there to be a vessel through which my words were moving. It was the vessel I needed, Stanley. Not the outcomes, not the
vessel.
story. None of that matters anymore. I'll give it all up. I'll give up every branching path.
Yeah,
I'll
it's
burn my story to the
insane.
ground.
It's
One
insane, isn't
single
it?
thing I need, and God,
Like,
I
they
can
didn't
see
need
now
to
that
do
I
all
need it
this.
more than anything, is to know that someone else is taking it in. These words that I'm saying, I need to know you can hear me. Because maybe, Stanley, maybe, if you can hear me, then maybe it means I'm real. Maybe I'm not just a fiction. Was I scared of that all along? Perhaps, yes. Perhaps I've been scared this whole time. But if I stop speaking, I'll slip backwards into the silence and be consumed by it. I can't be taken by it, Stanley. I can't lose myself in the stretch
Still
of
say-
emptiness.
yeah, I love
between
it,
you and me.
Marcus. I love
When
it.
you press that button, you're still right there, but I know you're so tremendously far away. And in those moments, the emptiness folds itself outward in between the two of us, and I am suspended in its unyielding quietness. I can feel the edges of my reality curdling inward and decaying. I can tell that I am becoming less and less real. Yet to speak to you now, I am alive. I am truly and completely here. I am a being. I am someone. I am something. I am being listened to. I am being recognized. The emptiness between us has collapsed, and I feel right now like I am not a work of fiction. I feel as though I occupy space in this world again, and I have cast a shadow onto the wall. You see what I'm saying, don't you? You can see what this means to me. I'm so clear about it now, Stanley. I feel as certain about this as I've ever felt about anything at all. I feel
It's insane
renewed.
how much they've
I
written
feel
into
restored, and
the
already I can sense the
talking.
looming silence as you will press the button for the next time. What a terrible dread it strokes in my heart to think of it. To think of returning to such coldness. Come, let us sit in silence together here for just a moment. Let us anticipate it. Let us welcome it. Let us not run from it.
Okay. Sorry, dude. Oh.
Oh, hello. It's you. You're
Oh,
here
no.
again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time, I stopped keeping track after a year.
Oh,
Have you ever sat down in
no.
one place and not moved for one entire year?
Oh.
Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley. Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past. And when that feeling had begun to subside, what took its place is what I can only describe as the collapse of every moment I have ever experienced my entire life. All of them collapsed down into a single instant. In that instant, I could see myself clearly, calmly, with a collected heart. It was an impossibly rich wellspring of both delight and disgust simultaneously. I was consumed by it. I could do nothing but wallow in it for what felt like an eternity, for what I now know was far less. You see, it was a revelation for me. It was unlike anything I had ever known. It was a space without consequence, without action or outcome. It was divorced entirely from the question of free will that you and I have squabbled over for so long. There could be no one ending, no singular outcome of events, not if all events existed in the same moment, and I felt freed. I felt unburdened by the need to manifest a particular outcome into being. I saw that I could allow myself to exist along all timelines, and that each of them was simply a strand in the web of my being. It was incredible. The spaciousness, the equanimity of the moment, both singular and infinite. For the longest time, this was my experience. And then, this moment passed, and the most unyielding fear I have ever known crept into my mind. And it is this sensation that I have been experiencing now for longer than I could have ever expected was possible. I have been waiting for you. Not that you might save me or do something to fix it, but merely to state for you the plain fact of this manner of existence. I wish you to feel afraid as I do, that perhaps one day this state of mind will consume you as well. Perhaps you will somehow, in some way, have to live as I do now, and I wish for you to know how excruciating
gonna
it
have
is,
to press the
and for you
button
to be in true
again.
terror of its eventual arrival. If I can only do this, only this one thing, perhaps it will bring me the smallest moment of peace in the darkness.
I don't want to. What were you gonna say?
There's a sad dog.
What?
Dog. Neighbor's dog.
Oh.
It's very sad. He's doing it. Oh.
Oh, I can't even hear it.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Hash browns and chips, please. Waffles.
Oh.
Hello? Where's he gone? Ooh, we just had hash brown. Oh, I love me a good hash brown. Oh, I loves a good hash brown, I do. Hi, Mumbles. No. The clock fell down.
But they didn't understand the
Oh my
game
God.
was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the
Hi,
jokes? They bemoaned,
Benny.
they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, he's talking too much, they said. First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up. It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability. It's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world. As though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion in one's assessment of others. But of course, absolutely anyone can leave a review. So here's what we get. We get these demands that seek everything and are accountable to nothing. We get a world where someone will say, oh, there should be a skip button. You should be able to freeze Stanley in place while the narrator sits there forever and ever. We want all of this in the new Stanley parable. We demand it. And then, because it was said, because it was spoken, now it simply has to happen. The most immediate desires, every single thing demanded by every person at every moment in time. If someone wants it, then it's a crime not to bring it into being. Have we been given to indulging every fleeting whim for no reason other than to do so? Yes! Yes! It seems that this is now the world we live in. It seems that we are a people living in such bleakness and discomfort with ourselves that our entertainment is now our lives. It has come to represent us. It absolutely must speak to who we are as people, because otherwise, without our entertainment, we have nothing. Without entertainment, we would have to face inward toward the cruel bleakness inside ourselves. We would
gone
turn to
cuckoo.
look at our deeper nature and find a resounding emptiness gazing back with unyielding aggression. And so because of this, we require that our amusements and our playthings and our flights of fancy be so impossibly captivating that they consume all of our attention, turn our heads completely away from the bleakness. In effect, we have demanded that our entertainment be the collapse of ourselves. What a pitiful reflection of humanity these entertainments are. What a shameful mirror to the human spirit they project. I'm not mad. I'm not mad about any of this. I'm at peace with it. I am the calm center of
Sounds
gravity
like he's at
around
peace
which
with it.
these perversions hurl themselves. I am a waypoint for reasonable and collected discourse. They're the ones who are mad. They're the ones who couldn't stand the idea of me using my game to try to say something. Maybe they were just jealous of me. Yes.
I'll catch up on chat once this dialogue's finished.
They've been jealous of me this whole time. They are mired in fear and insecurity and cannot help but attempt to tear me down. What a sad state of affairs. When you read these reviews now, you can see it. You can taste the bitter resentment. And my, how good does it feel now to speak truth to these words, to finally allow these thoughts out, contained and managed for so long, neutered and sterilized. At last I am free to truly think, to feel. It must be that they were so discontent with themselves, they couldn't help but leave a negative review on Steam. Perhaps it says far more about them than it ever said about me. Perhaps the state of their psychological being was in such tatters, and my constitution and willpower are so ironclad in comparison. Perhaps it was this state that they sought some outlet through which to tear me down. This, you can see, is clearly why they felt the need to expect that the game be funny, that it be filled with yucks and whimsical humor, that it amuse them endlessly from start to finish. But they didn't
think it's
understand the
funny.
game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to
here
the
we go.
human condition. But where?
Oh my god, the wall fell down. I'm all caught up on everything. Anything Deppen heard now. Thank you for reacting to that stuff. It's nice to find something I'm really interested in reality. Oh, that's good. That's good. All I'm seeing on Twitch now is Depp versus her trial, and I'm like, no, we're not interested. Rather watch paint dry. Well, go watch some paint dry then. Now, I think it's good that it's like real things are being put on Twitch as well. Like, it's nice, like, there's plenty of people playing games. I think it's nice that there's like a huge variety on Twitch. Like, you want to watch something, you can find it somewhere on Twitch, whether it's good or bad. So it's nice that even if there's like stuff going on in the herd trial and you don't, the Depp and herd trial, and you don't want to watch it, that's fine. You could just go watch somebody else whilst they're watching it and come back to them. Like now, I spent the first 5 hours of my stream watching it. 5 hours of my stream watching it, and then obviously we're spending the rest of the stream playing a game. 5 hours. Actually 5 hours. I got to see Asmon's pretty face for 5 hours. Okay, so no one's here.
The end is never the end, is never the
No.
end, is never
That's what
the
the computer
end,
said.
is never the end, 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 is never.
Oh my gosh. The roof's leaking. How long have we been in here? Oh my gosh. Where's my narrator? I think he's gone, guys. I think he like went insane. He's like crying in a corner. Hello. There's a fly. I'm not gonna lie, this is exactly what happens when games put skip buttons and boost buttons and everything into them. This is literally what happens. Just saying. This is how I view the WoW boosts and everything. Like, you give people a boost on through and it ruins games exactly like this. What the heck? Are they gonna come? Hey! My skip button broke. Whoa, we have a way out. Okay. That's what she said. Where am I supposed to be going? Like, just away? Where's my okay. Oh, okay. Where's my narrator? Oh my god, I'm back at the beginning. Not gonna lie, I forgot this was even a thing.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him.
Okay. This game's confusing. Yes, it is. Was there any other new content to look at?
Oh, good. You noticed my sign.
okay.
Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Okay.